The first church that I went to was Providence Baptist Church on Haines Street.
Okay.
And my mom always talks about the importance of faith and the importance of believing. And she said if you go to school and you work hard and you do the kinds of things that are necessary, that you'll move ahead. But she also said it is important that you're in church. And she stressed to me that that message, and Reverend Moore, I got to say to you, when I was a kid, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that. When I was a kid growing up, I used to say to my mom, I said, Mom, why do I have to do this? She said, you will understand later. And what is registered in my mind when I was just listening to you, Reverend Moore, is that there's a lot of people out here who have played by the rules, who have worked hard, who have tried to make a difference, who are struggling to move their families forward, and that the black clergy has been extremely significant to that. I told Reverend Moore the other day, one of my favorite people was Reverend Leon Sullivan. And that Reverend Leon Sullivan led a movement in this city. And then what he did is he brought together faith and economics. It was because of his leadership that we had Progress Plaza. It was because of his leadership that we had our market.
That's right.
It was because of his leadership that we had OIC. I said to Reverend Moore that I want to renew that commitment with the church organizations in this city. That if we are to address violence and poverty in this town, we got to build a sense of hope and optimism.
That's right.
We got to build some jobs. We got to build some businesses. It's not an accident that I released my economic development paper today. Because I told Reverend Moore that I wanted this to be more than just your typical endorsement. I wanted this to be a working, functional relationship. That your parishioners and my voters, and they one and the same, want to have a sense of hope and optimism. That they need to feel that somebody cares. That somebody's going to make a difference. That it's not about a small group of people, it's about all of the people. And the black clergy has been the conscience of this city, state, and country. You have demonstrated consistently what it is to lead this family. I'm proud to accept this endorsement. I'm proud to stand up here with you. And I've made a commitment that you will be involved in every aspect, not just of this campaign, but in this government. I have said publicly that I will be proud to have all of you involved because I want Philadelphia to reflect all of the people. And clearly the black clergy will be a part of the Evans administration. I want to say that publicly because I want people to know. I do want people to know, because of the knowledge that you bring, the experience that you bring, that we need to use that experience in this city. I want you to be a part of a new type of Philadelphia. A Philadelphia that sees a brighter day. A Philadelphia that's moving forward. A Philadelphia that realizes this is all our city. This is not just one single person city. This is all our city, and we want to have everybody involved. I told people there's a number of things I want to do. I want to make Philadelphia the Hollywood of the East Coast. The other day, Jennifer Hudson won an Oscar. And nobody thought she had a chance. But she came from nowhere and she won. There are more Jennifer Hudsons in this city and in this region. We need to invest in them. I also said I want to provide opportunity for every neighborhood. I don't care where that neighborhood is, who's involved in that neighborhood. I want everybody to be involved. I want every neighborhood to be like West Oak Lane. I want every avenue to be like Hogarth Avenue. And then I said, I want to promote small business and entrepreneurship. I want to make sure that African American businesses get more than 2% of this city government. I want them to understand that they have a right to be involved in this government. I want to develop a workforce and an infrastructure to support this economy. I want every single school to make sure that it is the best school. I want every single school to be a part of this movement. We're going to move ahead. And I want to make sure that we have a transportation system. A transportation system that is connected to our economy. A transportation system that is safe, that is clean, and that has dedicated funding. But I also want to make something else very important. I want to make sure that everybody has health care. It is extremely embarrassing that we don't make sure people have health care. And we should be the capital in generating the health care in this city. And I want to be a part of leading that charge. And last but not least, I want to make sure that we increase our role in the global economy. You know, in the civil rights movement, when people went to sit at that table, Reverend Moore, they didn't go to that table in Woolworths to eat the food. They didn't go there to eat the food. They went there because they wanted the choice and option to be able to sit there. But I want you to understand something. The language of the menu has changed. It is no longer in English. It is in Spanish and it is in Chinese. I want everybody to know that this is the city that is an international city. I want people to recognize that there's a seat for everybody at the table. And I want especially to know that we no longer can accept any community being left behind in this city. Now, I'll tell you something. I know a little bit about turning around communities, just in case you don't know. Bishop Aikens will tell you on Ogons Avenue that we have taken the neighborhood and we have shown people what is possible. I want to make sure that 52nd Street, that Baltimore Avenue, that Lancaster Avenue, that Erie Avenue, that Allegheny Avenue, that Wadsworth Avenue, that all of those avenues are like an Ogons Avenue. But that we can do it and we got to do it together. We have to demonstrate like we have never demonstrated before. It's going to take a collectivism to make this happen. It is no I, it is a we. And we have the opportunity to do it. Now, what I need from you over the next 70 days, I'm going to need a lot of work. I'm going to need some volunteers. I'm going to need some door knockers. I'm going to need some coffee clutches. And if Bishop McCaskill, Reverend McCaskill got a little pocket change and you want to leave a little bit on the table, I'm going to need a little money for the campaign. Just in case, right? Just in case. I'm going to need a little money for the campaign. But I want to tell you this. You're not alone. Because Local 332, Sam Staten Jr. has been out there in the forefront with me. The transportation workers have been out there for me. And my good friend Herman Wooden, the Secretary-Treasurer of the United Food Commercial Work, they've been out there for me. And I want to tell you about a few other friends you got with you because you're not by yourself. There's Marion Tasco, Jarrell Parker, Tony Williams, you're not by yourself. And my good friend that just walked in the door, Tom Logan. So I want to let you know, preachers, I want to let you know you're not by yourself. We got an entire family here. We're going to win this election, but we're going to need all of you. This is the kind of family we're going to need. Let me just say this to you in closing. On December the 11th, in the heart of North Central Philadelphia, not far from Reverend Moore's Church 10th Memorial, and I tell people over and over again, I was born on Cyber Street, right there in that neighborhood. And you know, one day I heard Reverend Moore preaching this sermon, and he talked about so much, not the aspect of what you do on Sunday, it's what you do Monday through Saturday. There you go. Yes, you can go to church on Sunday and feel good, but how do you act on the rest of the week? I always tell Reverend Moore that I always remember when he preached that message, because that's the way we got to begin to move this city. The same kind of activities that occur in church every single day, we got to make sure people in this city. We got to talk about parental responsibility. We got to talk about parenting. We got to talk about taking control of our household and our neighborhood. And I know all of you as preachers have tried to raise our standards and our values. And on a personal note, I want to tell you how much I appreciate this endorsement. You don't know, I mean, Reverend Moore and I worked many months on this endorsement. We had a lot of conversations, and I like to think I met every test that y'all could put me to. President Moore, every test I could go through, I was there. And you know what? It's more than worth it. God bless you and amen. Thank you very much.